Hi, Paul Higgins here. In this tutorial, we're going to look at a utility called the add depths. What it does, it adds depth soundings to an MB tiles. This is for users who do depth soundings. In other words, you do your own depth soundings. In some way, you've got some sort of device you can use to create depth soundings. And you take those and you put them on some kind of a output card or something, and you take it to your computer and you add the depth soundings to an MB tiles. So what I'm going to show you is how to start the utility. We're going to look at the XYZ files. We're going to do one. The first one is to add depths using the first soundings that somebody's taken. Then we'll add depths doing the second soundings, and at various times we're going to display the charts on OpenCPN. Okay, how do we start the utility? We go to OpenCPN, and what we do is we go to the second panel here, and if it's not open, use this button to open it. And in it, there is a list of utilities here, and one of them is the Add Depths utility. You just click on it, and that brings it up. It also brings up a command thread or command prompt. And if you happen to, this thing looks like it's in a loop or it just won't quit, you can come here and issue Control+C, or just kill the command prompt, and that'll stop everything. So this is the utility. It has, up here it has an instructions of what you're supposed to be doing. And down here is the source MB tiles. This is the one we're going to add depths to. And down here is where we select the actual depth files that somebody has taken. And the output, we can make all the depths either italics, underline, or bold. That is the choice we can have. Otherwise, we can just leave it. It'll just be a normal type of text. And we have the help file here. If you open that, you can go to your browser and look up some information on the add depths. And the tutorial is what we're looking at now. Okay, so what we're going to do is actually okay, now what we're going to do is look at the XYZ files. We're also going to look at the MB tiles file that we're going to add the depths to. So first off, the XYZ files. The XYZ files are here in this folder, and we got two of them. One of them is called Shoal S1 and Shoal 2. So somebody has gone out in their boat and taken soundings and created this file. And what it has in it is this. At the top, it has a latitude, longitude, and depths heading. This tells what's in the rows after it. So in the first column, there is the latitude, and then the longitude, and then the depth at that latitude and longitude. Okay? And if we look at the MB tiles chart that we're going to add the depths to, is this one. It's been created. It's an MB tiles chart. It's at 1 zoom level, and as I'll tell you later, this is a restriction. The MB tiles can be only at 1 zoom level. So let's go take a look at that on OpenCPN. We'll go to OpenCPN here, and we'll do a scan for charts. And notice our directory is in here. We scan for the charts. And now we've got to go to that place, which I marked very well over here, Shoal Harbor. This is the harbor. This is what it looks like. So what it is a harbor here. It's got an entrance coming into it. And someone is coming in on a boat, and they've taken some soundings, and then they've put them on an SD card or something, And the soundings they're taking with the device as they're going along here, probably with their boat, at intervals it's taking soundings, and it's also adding the latitude and longitude to all those soundings to create that SVC, that file we just looked at, the SVC file. And then they did it again. They did it a second time, but let's just look at it for the first time here and actually do it. Okay, we're going to do a run here, take the depths and add them to an MB tiles, and it's with the first bunch of soundings that some user has created. So we go to back to our utility here, and we start filling it in just like it says up here, the source MB tiles. So we click this, and we go to everything I have is on the E drive. So the source is this in that chart directory. It's that there shoal chart that we just looked at there. So we click it and it puts it in here. And then the depths files. These are the SVC files that we were talking about. And again, they're on our X here. Then they're XYZ files here. And the first one is this shoal 1. So we click that, and it fills it in. And we're going to not change the style of the text just yet, and we're going to actually do the depths, add the depths. So we're adding the depths to using these SVC files to this MB tile, and it created it. Okay, so it should have created another MB tile. So let's go back to our charts there, and yes, it created a new one, and it added a suffix to it, 0001. So this is our first run, taking that MB tiles, and it created a new one. Let's look at it on OpenCPN, and we'll do a scan for it. And it created a new one here, and there they are. So these are the first soundings that they took. Okay, and that's it for the first soundings. Okay, we've created our first soundings. Now we're going to take the first soundings and create another MB tiles. And we're going to use the MB tiles created from the first soundings, and we're going to create another one using the second soundings. That sounds confusing? Okay, here's our add depths utility. So we fill in the, we select the first one we created, the first sounding. And by the way, they call this survey, this number, just so you know. And the XYZ file, we'll do the second one, and we're going to make them italics so we can distinguish. Okay, it created it. If we look at our chart testing, it created another MB tiles. We'll go to OpenCPN. And we'll do a scan for new charts as soon as it comes up. Charts, scan for charts. And now you notice we got 3 of them down here. So here's the first one, and here's the second one we did, and they are in italics. So you can tell the difference between those ones and the other ones. Ones here. Okay, so we did 2 soundings, 2 surveys, and created a second MB tiles with both of them. Okay, there is one restriction, and that is the MB tile must be only one zoom level. So don't come up with an MB tiles with multiple zoom levels. Okay, I think I've showed you everything. How to start the utility. We looked at the XYZ files. We looked at the actual MB tiles too. And then we did a run with the first sounding, and then a run with the second sounding, and at various times we splayed on OpenCPN. Thank you for watching.